In this module, it's very interesting to study how the growth of the whole dramaturgy and dance developed during different centuries in time, and how it is taken into account by different treatises. In the Sangeet Ratnakar, there are introduction of Utpluti Karana. Utpluta, as you know, is a jump, and Sangeet Ratnakar has added about 35 Utpluti Karanas into the 108 Karanas as described by Natyashastra. Here you can see that in this 1000 years, there is this whole area of creativity, taking different elements of the Sthanaka, the Charis, the Natyashastras and so forth. Sangeet Ratnakar has created this, noted the creation of this 35 Karanas, Utpluti Karanas. So, creativity was the fundamental aspect of any of the treatises. It is not the end, but it is the beginning that is given. So, as you will study the performing arts, you will realize that these arts have always grown and developed and never static, they are always dynamic. And in this module, other than Utpluti Karanas, we will also study the Sabhapati Lakshana, the auditorium, the Sabha Lakshana and so on and so forth as described by Sharangadeva.
Namaste. Hello students. We shall now deal with Utpluti Karanas, which is a unique aspect of Sangeeta Ratnakara. Mandalas, Sabha Sadolakshanam, Sabhapati, seating of the audience, which is more or less the same as the Natyashastra. Nartana Adhyaya is quoted often for the additional Karanas given. The Utpluti Karanas involving leaps, and Bharata does not record such a tradition. Sharangadeva in shlokas 749 to 789 is given 36 of them. Some of them are already found in Manasolasa of Someshwara, which were 18 in number. Anchita is standing in the Samapada and jumping straight up. Ekapada Anchita is the same with 1 foot. Bhairavanchita is jumping up with 1 foot at the back of the thigh. Danda Pranachitta is after jumping as in Anchita, one falls on the ground like a danda. Kartari Anchita, Anchita with the feet crossed in swastika is Kartari Anchita. Alaga, jumping up with face down, falling in front and taking the Kukutshasana like a corpse is Alaga. Kurmalaga, if in Alaga there is Kurmasana or tortoise posture, then it is called Kurmalaga. Urdhvalaga, after falling one stands up with the feet in Sama. Antaralaga, after Alaga and falling on the ground, stand with the chest facing up and the head touching the hips at the back. Lohadi is stand with the feet in the Sama position and twist round the abdomen or trika and jump up falling obliquely, called Lohadi or Lulita also by other scholars. In Kartari Lohadi, the same as in Antaralaga is done with the feet crossed in swastika. In Ekapada Lohadi, it is done with 1 foot. In Darpa Sarana, standing in the Vaishnava posture, if one falls on the ground obliquely, it is called Darpa Sarana. Jalashayana is if after falling an expressive gesture is struck like that of Mahavishnu resting on the ocean. Nagabandha is the same like above if the posture assumed is Nagabandha. Kapala Churnana is standing with the feet in Sama, back bent, touching the ground with head and returning to normal. Nata Prastha is after assuming Kapala Churanana, if the chest is kept facing up and the back bent, Nataprastha is also called Vankola. Matsya Karana is jumping up and bending the waist and turning round to the left like a fish. Kara Sparshana is after performing the Alaga movement and touching the ground with the hand, one moves around on lower half of the body. Ena Pluta is after jumping up and taking the Suchi pose with any one foot in the air. One comes down to the ground taking the Utkata sitting posture. It is Ena Pluta, slightly above the ground. Thirya Karana, if after jumping up sideways, slanting, with one foot one comes to the ground and stands on the other. Thirya Ghanchita is if the oblique jumping is after standing with feet in sama. Thiryak Swastika is after crossing the feet in swastika, one jumps obliquely. Suchantas, if at the end of the preceding karana, sama suchi and other deshi karanas are taken, it is Suchantas. Bahya Bhramari is if standing on the right foot, one bends the left foot and goes around towards the left. Antar Bhramari, the same if vice versa, substituting left for right and right for left. Chhatra Bhramari, where after assuming a posture like that of Trivikrama, keeping one foot on the ground and raising the other, one turns around to the left. It is called Chhatra Bhramari. Tiripa Bhramari, if after crossing the legs in swastika, one turns around but obliquely. This is Tiripa Bhramari. Alaga Bhramari, after taking the Vaishnava posture, if one stands on the left foot and rotates the body obliquely, it is Alaga Bhramari. Chakra Bhramari, if in the middle of the Khandasuchi Karana, one would spin like a chakra or a wheel, it is called as Chakra Bhramari. Anchita Bhramari, if after doing the Samapada Chari, the body is rotated obliquely, it is called Anchita Bhramari. Shiro Bhramari, standing on the head, the feet are held up and one turns around 3 times. We can observe all this in some of our popular folk dances. Dik Bhramari, turning round in the same manner as before, but once each time when the hands come down on the ground successively in all 4 directions. It is Dik Bhramari. Samapada Anchita, performing the Anchita Karana from the Sama feet, come down on the ground on one shoulder, turn round horizontally, the feet in the air waving, and it becomes Samapadanchita. Bhranta Padanchita, turning around the right foot, support the left shank by the back of the left toes and do the Anchita Karana. Thereafter fall down horizontally on the shoulders, turn round, the feet in the air waving. Skanda Bhranta, after assuming the Utkata sitting posture, perform the Anchita Karana and stand up on the ground with both shoulders. The legs in the air, turn round as in the previous case of Dik Bhramari and stop intermittently in the 4 directions after each turn. There are many other varieties of Deshi or provincial Karana movements, but not explained, Sharangdeva says, because the text may become very, very voluminous then. Mandalas forms yet another important section in the Nartanadhyaya. The shlokas which speak of it are 1149 to 1205. The predominance of the Bhucharis or the Akashacharis constituting the mandalas gives them the respective names as well. The usefulness of this is in the battlefield for releasing the weapons or striking an enemy, especially the Akasha mandalas or the aerial ones. Sharangdeva says that he would refer to the right or the left foot by the name of the chari while enumerating them, so accordingly we can study them. A mandala is not dependent for its aesthetic quality completely on the charis. The omission or addition of some charis does not make much difference. Mandalas are combinations of charis as defined by Sharangadeva. The shlokas 1142 to 1205 speak about the Bhu Mandalas, which are Bhramara, the first one. In Bhramara, the right foot is Janita and the left foot is Spandita. Then again the right foot is Shakatasya and the left Avaspandita, or right foot Bhramara and left foot Spandita. Thereafter right is Shakatasya and left Chasagati, followed by right Bhramara and left Spandita. The learned ones call this mandala as Bhramara. Askandita, right foot is Bhramara and left is Addita. Again right Bhramara, Shakatasya and Urudvrita in succession, and the left Adyardhika and Bhramara. Following this, the right foot is Pandita and the left is Shakatasya. And then concluded, it is stamped with a delicate force. This is accepted by the wise, says Sharangadeva, as Askandita. Avarta Mandala, the right foot is Janita and the left Sthitavarta, Shakatasya, Edakakridita, Urudvrita, Addita, Janita and Samosarita Matali, one after the other. After this, the right foot is Shakatasya and Urudvrita, left foot is Chasagati and the right Spandita 2 times. Left foot is Shakatasya after this and the right is Bhramara. Finally, the left is Chasagati. Shakatasyam, Additam, Samotsaritam, Adyardham, Edakrakeditam, Pishtukuttam, Chashagatam. The Akasha Mandalas are also given in good detail. Atikranta, right foot is Janita and then Shakatasya, left is Alata, after this the right is Parshvakranta and the left is Suchi, followed by Bhramara. Right foot then is in Urdhvrita and left in Alataka, or both feet in Chinnakarna, to do the Bahya Bhramari, which is the turn to the outward direction, along with the Rechaka performed on the left side. Later, the left is Adikranta and the right Dandapada, and this mandala is called Atikranta. Dandapada, right foot is Janita followed by Dandapada, and then left is Suchi followed by Bhramara. Later, the right is Urdhvrita and left is Alata. Right is Parshvakranta, left Bhujangadrasita and Atikranta. Then right is Dandapada and left is Suchi followed by Bhramara. The learned ones would call this Dandapada Mandala, says Sharangadeva. Kranta Mandala, right is Suchi, left is Apakranta, right foot Parshvakranta and left also in Parshvakranta, but moving around in all directions. Then left becomes Suchi and right Apakranta. This suggests the natural movement according to the erudite. Lalita Sancharam, Suchi Viddham, Vamaviddham, Vichitram, Vihrutam, Alatam and Lalitam. After having described the procedure for practice, the exact practices in useful detail, Sharangadeva brings into view the important aspect of presentation, venue, guests, etc. Sabhasado Lakshanam in shlokas 1331 to 1333, giving the description of the qualities of the members of the audience. He believes that for a successful performance, it is important to have the right audience, exemplifying the meaning of Sahrudya Peshaka. Sahrudya Prekshakas are ones who have the only objective of deriving maximum aesthetic joy from the performance and no egoistic tendencies, unconditioned by the obstacles of time and place, and listens to as well as views the play in front of him with a total concentrated mind. The hearts of the audience, when matches with that of the artist, gives rise to the unique magical experience which is no less than paradise on earth, according to the great scholars. The audience consists of people with middling views which are not extreme, alert to the happenings of the play, good in speech with knowledge of nyaya or fights, discerning taste of the right type of dance and mistakes of any, humble with the neck literally bent low, and modest without pride, comprehending the bhava and the rasas, and knowledgeable in the music, poetry and dance, able to criticize the faults yet not crude in expressing them, free from lowly feelings like jealousy and overflowing with rasa in their hearts. The president of the assembly or the Sabhapati in shlokas 1334 to 1339 is a man of passion for propagating the arts, someone who is indifferent to the various sentiments that produce the dance drama, can not ever become sensitive to the requirement of both troupe or the audience. Thus, the impresario has to be of a loving disposition in order to know the nuances of erotic sentiments, generous, respectful, wealthy enough to sponsor, differentiate the qualities of the dancers, interact with the comments raised by others, free from jealous feeling, jestful, intelligent, dignified, skillful in the arts, and knowledgeable in all fields of the knowledge or shastras. He should be involved also in worldly affairs, sweet in speech, pursuing fame, clever in reading others' thoughts, judicious, having a remarkable memory and knowledge of poetry, music and dance. The Sabhapati is comparable to the royal patron, has to know how to give gifts with magnanimity and for good causes. He should own various instruments and paraphernalia required and know the distinctions between the regional and the classical forms of dancing. He should be able to point out deficiencies, if any, and prevent excessive usage as well of the styles of acting, as is expected to be learned, bold, impartial, commanding over the assistants, full of rasa, truthful, noble, amicable, steadfast in virtues and affection, an ocean of kindness, God-fearing, righteous, happy to be in the company of the scholarly, and highly capable of aesthetic appreciation. The seating of the assembly has been given in 10 verses 1340 to 50. The multicolored dancing hall must be decorated with brilliant flowers, the pillars adorned with various jewels, and the grand canopies to be erected suitably in the assembly. Replicating the royal patron, the lion seat or simhasana is reserved for the president of the assembly. On his left will be the men's section, to the right the chieftains, behind should be the secretary of the treasury. Near them will be the scholarly, well versed in the worldly as well as the Vedic truth, poets with very good taste, apt, and among the scholars occupying the center would be also astrologers and physicians reputed. To the right is the place for the ministers, the chief of the army, and the others seated as a cluster of the erudite class. The elite men and women around the women's section and in front of the Sabhapati, who can be either the king or any other patron. Behind the king are the girls who are beautiful, youthful, bearing the chauris or the fly whisks and making the sound of their bangles jhana jhana and making the people happy. On the king's left front side will be the Vagyakaras, or the music composers, the singing minstrels like the wandering bards, the scholars, who can openly shower the praises for the performance because they understand the spoken words that are rendered and the various nuances. The king's attendants are seated around these people, and the assembly, says the writer, should also have men holding canes for disciplinary action whenever necessary. The bodyguards of the kings should have the weapons and stand on either sides. And in this manner, after having arranged the assembly, the president or the king witnesses the beautiful, spectacular dance and the music. Just as the entire truth contained in the Upanishads is in one Bhagavad Gita, considered as holy text for dharma, or just as the Bhagavata Purana has been comprehensively condensed in later works like the Narayaniyam by Narayana Bhattadri with just 100 chapters, one can say that Nartanadhyaya gives to the field of dance a straight-cut interpretation of the text and practice of Natya in brevity and clarity. The great thinkers have left us a legacy to follow according to our times without diluting the core value of spiritual truths within this Natyopanishad.